I believe that we will win. I believe that we should stop doing this cheer. My name is Brandon Kaiser, founder and CEO of Biggest Fan. Cheers and chants are incredibly important to a student section. A student section without cheers and chants is like a basketball game without a basketball. There's no function. There's just players on the court. And if a student section doesn't have cheers and chants, then it's just students occupying a physical section rather than cheering on their team. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret in this video. A lot of student sections look for that creative, clever chant like I believe that we will win, but that only happens once, and it's typically pregame. The most elite student sections like the GCU Havocs, the Gonzaga Kennel Club, they have cheers and chants every single possession during a basketball game. And what I'm going to show you in this video are 10 hype chants that will make your team love you and opponents fear you. And it might surprise you how simple it is, because guess what? Keeping things simple and having a unified student section is going to go a lot further. It's going to make a much bigger impact than if you just have a few creative, clever chants here and there, but nobody really knows the words and nobody really knows what's going on. And I'm actually going to throw in some bonus tips that your student section leaders and your cheerleaders can implement right away to increase the participation among the student section. Everything I'm going to talk about in this video is how on every possession, on offense and defense, we had the band, the cheer, the dance, the student section leaders, and 2,500 students cheering and chanting the same thing at the same time, which is why Donovan Mitchell and Rick Pitino said that the Havocs were the hardest student section that they've ever faced. All right, let's jump into it. Here are your 10 hype student section chants that you can implement right away. As a reminder, having unity as a student section is far more effective than having creativity. Keeping things simple will increase your impact and energy for your student section. So the sample school that I'm going to be cheering for is Biggest Fan University, or BFU, and our mascot is going to be the Tigers. So we are going to start with 3 very simple defensive chants, right? So on a defensive possession, it's the simple defense, defense, okay? This is very simple, it's very easy to use. You might already be using it, but even if this is all you do, it is still going to be effective. You know, I travel all across the country and I see a bunch of different collegiate atmospheres, and one thing that I notice is that sometimes away teams on their bench, right, when they're on defense and they're in an opposing atmosphere, they will start defense, defense. Literally the players on the bench. So don't let the opposing team's bench out cheer you on offense or defense. So that is the most effective and simple defensive cheers. The second is what we call D up. Okay, so this goes D up, D up, D up, D up, D up, D up, over and over and over. Again, very simple, very easy to follow for leaders and students. Okay, the third is what we call D, D, D. So this just goes D, 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 defense, D, 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 defense, D, 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 defense. So again, simple, students know what to do, very easy to follow. So these 3 cheers, right? Defense, and then D up, D up, D up, D, 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 defense. If you just cycle through these 3 cheers, right, it's going to, you can have a cheer every single possession, and it's still not going to feel super redundant because you're rotating 3. Okay, now I'm going to go through some cheers that you can do on offense or defense and just some more generic cheers. So this is called We Are, right? And this is a great cheer to rally your team, rally your student section, whether you're down, whether you're up by a lot. Here's how this goes. So it's We Are Tigers. We Are Tigers, right? Where you can, any 2-syllable word or phrase you can do. So if it's BF, right? We are BF. We are BF. So that is We Are. It's great for defense. It's great for offense. And again, it's great to rally your student section, your team, whether you're up by a lot or down by a lot. That's one that alumni love to jump into. Okay, the other is just the typical let's go, right? Very generic, very common. Let's go Tigers. Let's go Tigers. You can literally implement any word into here. Let's go biggest. Let's go biggest. Okay, so that's the 5th. It's called Let's Go. The 6th is just what we call the one clap. All right, so this is where you go B-F-U, B-F-U, right? You just repeat that over and over and over. Or it's let's go beat. Let's go beat. So again, if you have, like your school, maybe you have a 3-letter acronym that you use, or if your mascot or your school is one syllable, then you can do the let's go. So it's either B-F-U or let's go B. Okay, so that's the 1 clap. And then we have the 3 clap, which is let's go B-F-U. Let's go B-F-U. Okay, so that's a little bit more rhythmic, it has a little bit more cadence, but still super simple, very effective. Again, you can use any of these more generic ones for offense or defense, and then again, just in situational moments. Okay, now we're going to go into just, my favorite, where momentum's building, right? You need that boost of energy. Okay, we got to just incorporate some O's. So A, very simple, just O, right? You're jumping up and down. This is great when your team goes on a big run, they hit a big 3, you're going into it or coming out of a timeout or starting a half. When you need energy, just jump up and down, throw your hands over your head so people know, okay, we're just jumping and yelling O. Okay, the 9th is 7 Nation Army, right? That one goes oh, 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 oh. So people love that one. Again, great for situations where, you're down 8, you hit 3 threes in a row. They call a hot timeout, right? You want that momentum to keep building. So this is a great momentum builder. It's definitely situational. And then the 10th is the SIREN cheer. This is one you can do on defense or, again, a hype moment. And that's where you're just going, wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. And everybody starts making a siren noise. When you've got hundreds or thousands of students, it's pretty obnoxious, it's pretty loud, and it's very intimidating. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 bonus tips that your student section leaders and your cheerleaders can implement right away. We just went over the simple cheers, right? 10 hype student section chants. Now, these might be like, Brandon, these are simple. Why'd you release this, right? Of course, we know that. But here's the thing. Very few student sections actually use these 10 chants, right? If you literally just rotate through these 10 chants every single game on every single possession, it's going to feel like you have a full arsenal of chants. And the goal of a cheer and chant is increased unity, because that's more noise, which means more energy, which means more impact on the game. So even if you just stick with these 10 chants, your team's going to love you. They're going to feel like we've got the most hyped student section and army behind us supporting us, and opponents will fear you. Even if it's just, you rotate through those 3 defensive cheers over and over and over, but it's loud and everybody's in sync, in unison, guess what? The opponents, you're going to get in their head, right? It's going to be so loud they're not even going to be able to think. So how do you then, get every student to participate in these cheers? Well, here's what it is, right? Your student section leaders need to be seen, they need to project their voice, and they need to show the motions. Okay, so we have cheering systems, right, that we help our clients integrate, but essentially we want the cheerleaders and the student section leaders working together, and then your student section leaders need to be seen. That means they need to be in a location where students, whether in the first row or the 20th row, can see a student section leader. They need to project their voice. This means that the student section leaders are not just cheering towards the game, but as soon as they know what cheer they're doing, they actually turn around and face the students and project the voice, because that way students can now see the student section leader, and now they can hear what cheer they're doing, and then they have to show the motions, right? So on defense, the student section leader, again, right, they're not facing the court and going defense. What they're doing is they are in the aisles, they're in front, they're turning around, they're projecting their voice, and they're showing the motions. Defense, defense. Why is this important? Well, because you hear things slower than you see them. So if you're in the 25th row, right, it's going to take longer for you to hear, okay, we're doing defense, rather than you to look at a leader and see what motion they're doing. So again, these are the tips of how we got 2,500 students to start in a cheer and chant within one cheer right away, every single possession. Okay, so quick recap. Keep things simple. Unity is greater than creativity for student section. I'd rather have you incorporate these 10 hype, simple chants every single possession, because when you do, your student section will be hype, it'll be loud, it'll be rowdy. Use them for defense, use them for offense, and use them for these situations. And when you do that, your student section will make an impact, and coaches and athletes are going to notice. So, as always, I'd love for you to comment your favorite chant. Be sure, if this is helpful for you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your feedback. Send this to your student section leaders. Send this to your cheer team. Keep things simple. I promise you, if you implement this at your next game, you're going to feel that the energy has raised to new heights. Thanks for watching.